Hi guys, this is Jess, and we are doing all signs. He said, she said. It's complicated. If any of you are interested in looking at the rest of January and all of February, do check out the link in the description box below for the 2-month future predictions reading, as well as a personal reading if you like to book a schedule a personal reading. And I have the promotion, 1 question promotion up, guys. So if you're interested in that, do check out the link in a description box below. We still do not have the comment section active, guys. I've submitted a request, so I'm still waiting, unfortunately, for that. But maybe we'll be doing some things soon, so that may change. But let's get into it. Aries. Okay. I think it was 24, 51. Okay. So Aries. So the man, he wants this woman to understand his side of things, how he feels, and that's the problem. He also has feelings. He wants this woman to know that he too have feelings, and he feels deeply as well. He hasn't told you everything about what he's been doing, how he truly feels. Okay. That he cares about her. He hasn't told her that he cares about her, and he thinks about the things that they've talked about. He thinks about how she feels, how he feels, and some other personal things that he's experienced when it comes to love and life that he has not shared with her that may help bring things into context about why he behaves the way that he does. Okay. And he feels like things between the two of you are different. You have too many differences. You're very different of people. You're not the same kind of people. And I know some of you, some of the women listening may say, oh, yeah. And this is for Aries. I'm not saying Aries woman, Aries men. This is he said, she said. So this man wants her to understand that you guys may be very different. And it may also be some money issues on this person's part, or someone may have some money issues, or their morals and their values, as the card says, is different from yours or from the woman. His morals, values is different from this woman here. Okay. So that's what he's saying. But he also wants her to take into consideration how he feels, because he has feelings too. He doesn't express them. He does keep them deep down inside because he really doesn't feel like people would understand. And he also doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't like being vulnerable. So he kind of likes to stay a little step ahead of people. And obviously this is for him to not get hurt. His feelings for this woman has changed. He may even be looking at her as a friend now, or just wanting to spend some time with her. But also, he's not so interested in committing. So this woman needs to be careful when she's getting together with this man. But I do feel like she knows what she's dealing with at the same time. This woman is saying that she needs more time to think. She feels unclear about where her and this man stands, and she's afraid it's too late to take action because she wants to reach out. Boy, does she want to. This woman wants to reach out. She wants to see this man. She wants to spend time with him. She wants to be with him. And unlike how people may think, sometimes women will make the first move. A lot of times now, I think. And so this woman could definitely be the first one to make a move, to set in action. She doesn't like that he's not consistent, or he doesn't stay. He doesn't come to stay. He comes for a good time, not necessarily a long time. And she doesn't like that. And that's the biggest challenge here. But she still has a lot of faith that the two of you have an opportunity. You know, she still wants this man, and she still loves him, and she still cares deeply for him. And so she's still going to be there to want to repair this. And this is a woman that will initiate contact with him. And when she does initiate contact, it is in hopes that he understands the value that she sees in him. But these are two people who are not necessarily, again, values are different, right? The values are different. So he kind of can't meet her where she's at least not right now. So in the future, in the future, she may look at this man as being cold because this is a karmic relationship. So it's a cycle that you guys are in. So it's coming up where there's not going to be so much focus, energy, efforts being put on the relationship or this complicated situationship. And as a result, she's going to see him as cold and distant. He's going to be off doing his own thing and having a good time and kind of getting probably some attention elsewhere. So unfortunately, hopefully this is not all of these readings are going to be about. This is why I don't do these kind of readings. But hopefully, let's see, might be revealing something that someone here really needs to hear. So that's what he said. And she said for Aries. Now let's look at Taurus. Okay, well, I can tell you right now, Taurus. So this man basically is really simple. He misses you. He misses you. He misses the woman. He misses this woman. He wants to fix things, and he feels like the two of you will always come back to each other because you're irreplaceable. He can't find someone. I keep saying you. Oh my gosh. Sorry. He can't find someone like this woman. He cannot find anyone like her. And so this is why it's so hard to disconnect. You know, he wants to see you, wants to spend time with you. Cut. I keep saying you. Well, you, I guess. And the challenge is for him to get out of his own way. The challenge is for this man to kind of really tell this woman how he feels because he's in love with her. I don't know if he feels, well, obviously that's his challenge. He's not that comfortable telling her. Maybe he has, and maybe he's effed up. So it's like, well, you know, you said that before. Well, actually treat me like you love me, that sort of thing. But he does care deeply for this woman. And I do feel like he's going to express that to her. He's going to tell her how he truly feels and how much he cares about her and how much he loves her. Now, this woman, surprisingly so, she wished that things hadn't happened the way things has happened. She wished they hadn't happened that way. And now she's not even clear about what the hell is going on now. Now she's so confused. But she hasn't given up on the two of you. She hasn't. And she's been waiting. Do know that. She's been waiting. I guess that's very strong, but it could be any sign. She wants a new beginning. So you don't have to work. She wants a new beginning. I guess I'm saying you because whoever you are, you're listening, right? She wants a new beginning. So, and she's willing to try it out. I could say that she doesn't have the most faith that it's going to go where she wants it to go because she wants it to go long term. So she doesn't have much faith that it'll go there, but she really is still waiting. So she just wants him to reach out, call, text. Come on. She's been waiting. So that's what she wants. That's what she really wants. She wants this man, and he still loves her, or he cares deeply for her. And someone is tired of somebody going out, spending money, wasting money. Well, you see what's going on here. That's the problem. That'll do it. That'll do it. So someone up. You see. Somebody needs to get right up on it. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, and that's the reason why she still want to give it a good time because I guess she has a good time. But she just wants this man to reach out. That's basically it. That's what I have for Taurus. Now let's look at Gemini. Okay, so he feels like he had to let this situation go because it was doing a number on him mentally. And now, having taken some time to take a step back, he's seeing it your way. Okay. And I will say you because whoever you is, you're the opposite of him. So it would be you. So he does see it. He does see your side of the story. And he finds you to be irreplaceable, honestly. So he does acknowledge those things about you. But the challenge either was he was not satisfied with this. And he really doesn't know really how he feels 100%. There could be other people involved in the mix. So, you know, he's focusing, perhaps his focus is elsewhere from you. So he's not really either focusing on you or he doesn't really know how he feels. It's kind of 1 minute he's reminiscing, next minute he's thinking about the negative side of things. And honestly, it either was drinking, drugging, too much indulging, or someone is not taking the situation serious. And that was the challenge, okay? Or just not feeling fulfilled in the situation. And as a result, I don't see him doing anything. I don't see him reaching out. I don't see him either, because his focus is elsewhere. He feels like you don't want to have anything to do with him. So he will not be reaching out. He's disconnecting. Now, he does acknowledge that his ego and his pride, that's his ego and his pride got the better of him. Or this or hers, one or two. Anyway, so this woman, she realizes her flaws and where she went wrong. So she's not just pointing a finger at him alone, and she's trying to move on and start a new chapter in her life. But she does acknowledge that this connection was very special. She still cares deeply for this man. She wants a new beginning, honestly. She would kind of like to start again, but slow and steady, work her way up. This is a woman that overthinks. She thinks a lot, to her detriment. And so she may have sabotaged herself many a time thinking so negatively. Okay. And we all got something that may be hers, but that's her challenge. Overthinking, thinking negatively, thinking too much. Her actions will be either wanting him to reach out, wanting him to express his love, believing that he still has love for her. Okay. And it's going to take a toll on her. She wants to reach out so bad. She wants to. And I mean, she thinks about this man constantly, nonstop. They may be at a distance from each other and she wants to see him. She wants him to return. But she's not going to do anything because this may not even be available. This may be someone's husband. Or soon to be, like he's already spoken for. So it's like, well, that type of thing. Or she knows what I want is what I'm not going to get. So I'll just be playing games with myself. That sort of thing. So that's where she's at with it. That's what I have for Geminis. Now let's look at Cancer. Okay, so Cancer. This man didn't expect things to go. They didn't go as planned, and he didn't expect things to go the way that they did. It's not funny. And he feels guilty. He feels guilty. He feels the pain from the damage that he's caused. So he didn't expect things to kind of happen the way that they did. And he would like an opportunity to kind of fix it. But also he doesn't want to kind of get paid back. So he doesn't want to feel the pain that he's caused. That's for sure. He just kind of wants to forgive and forget and move on and try to, be better next time. And that's what you can probably, some of you may expect him to say, or he may say to you, because either he really sees the damage, and he sees the damage he's created, or he now feels damaged by what he's created. This is someone who either acts very immature, who can be very young, who may just have very youthful energy about him, and he kind of doesn't take things very serious. Even if he acknowledges it, it may be hard for him to connect with that emotion or that feeling for a very long time. So he'll disconnect, and it's like, okay, well, let's just forget and let's just move on. It's not that big of a deal. It's, that type of thing. It looks like he's asking, he's probing, he's trying to find out, he's asking questions. He's trying to get back into her good graces. And if she doesn't respond enough, then he's just going to kind of like bulldoze his way back into her life. He'll try to do this to this woman. And I feel like she feels that, yes, you guys have a soul tie. She hasn't always explained and expressed exactly how she felt, what she knows, how she saw things. And this is a woman who doesn't play any games. She doesn't play any fucking games. None. Like, what you're supposed to be doing, Cancer men. This must be how this woman feels. So for some of you, you're going through a divorce. This is a breakup. This is a separation. It's ending, or it has ended. It's ending, or perhaps she wants it to end, but it's a challenge for her. Financially, she may not be in a position where she can end it the way she wants to. So it may be some challenges. And if this is a breakup, she's been challenged with the breakup. It's been a challenge for her, but she's putting her foot down. So if the two of you are kind of going to try to work things out again, do know that she's not playing any games. This woman is putting her foot down. She's going to start to feel like, you know what, we're just too different of people and this is not going to work out. And then you may be headed toward a separation or a divorce, because all you need is for this to no longer be a challenge. And then she's out the door. She's letting this go for good, because she's at that place where she's really starting to see things for what it is, and not just, oh, well, we are so connected, but she's starting to acknowledge her own voice and her own feelings. And that needs to kind of speak more than this relationship. So I don't know. It's up for review. I'll say that, Cancers. This relationship is definitely up for review. That's what I have for Cancers. Now let's look at Virgo. I mean, what the hell? Leo. This is a case, Leos, of love language gone wrong. So he feels guilty, okay, because he hasn't been putting any energy, effort, time, and attention on her. Here's what it looks like. There could have been some money woes, like someone has mismanaged money, something like that. And his challenge with her is, well, let me back up. His feelings for her is he feels the pain and the damage that he's caused. Okay. And it could be that he hasn't put enough energy, effort, time, and focus on her. Okay. The challenge is being away from her has allowed him to gain clarity. So he's not necessarily gaining the clarity. She's been holding back. Okay. And he hates that. He can't stand it. But actually that has helped him gain a sense of clarity. It has helped him understand, the pain that he's caused by her disconnecting and her not running back to him or just accepting him back right away. And he wished she understood how he felt. So again, sometimes men can get a bad rap sometimes, right? And there's a blanket statement toward men at times. And men have feelings too. They have gripes too. There's things that really happens with them in relationships. And so he wants her to know that, or he wished she would have understood his side of things. But I feel like this man is going to accept his lot. So he's just going to respect that she doesn't want to deal with him. So however she's acting, he will match her energy. So she doesn't want to be bothered, he's not going to bother her, that sort of thing. And I do feel like he's starting to kind of accept and appreciate his independence and his singlehood, if that makes sense. Here. Now, this woman, she misses him. She still loves him. She feels like the connection that they have is inseparable. They'll always love each other. They'll always have a special connection. They'll always be each other's, we'll always be in each other's life. We'll always be family, no matter if you're together or not. It's that type of thing. But she also wish that things have never happened the way that they have happened. She still has desire for this man. She still has energy, drive for this man. She's still attracted to him. He still turns her on, that sort of thing. But the challenge may be that there's no longer the same level of love there. She may notice that the love is not given to her the same way. She doesn't see the love coming from him. So it could even be love language styles, right? A person's love language is not matching the other person. So there's some issues with that. And she really regrets it, because this is a relationship, at least she wanted it to be a for everything. She could have seen a for everything. So, she is devastated, honestly, even though she's a tough cookie. This is a woman that's a tough cookie. She doesn't easily cry and that sort of thing. But And she's had to take on a lot, on her own is what it looks like to me. And so a big part of her wish is that it didn't happen. Right. And all she wanted him to do was love her. She also may have kind of taken his love for granted to some extent, and she could be regretting that as well. So there's some of that could be going on as well for Leos. He said, she said. Now on to Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, this man is tired of running. He's tired of running. He just finds it's a burden, running and coming back and running. So he's tired of it. He's tired of running. He never, well, either he's not telling her how he truly feels, because there's a lot of things that he kind of wants to get off his chest, but maybe the way that he communicates and how he expresses himself could be a challenge. It may come across a little too rough, too rough or too harsh to take in. So his delivery and how he approaches love and how he his love language and the way he loves could be a bit jarring at times. That may be a bit of a challenge for the two of you. But they feel like this man feels like he still has unresolved issues with you. He haven't told you everything, and he doesn't want to run anymore. And it's funny because it's like he acknowledges that he hasn't said everything that he needs to say to you. He doesn't want to keep running away, but he also doesn't want to run toward. So he may be saying, okay, this is over. There's still some things that we haven't addressed. There's things that I still want to say. There's some things that still left to be said. But I feel like he's not going to do anything about it because of the way things have gone on. And this is a man that either feels burdened by life, like he has a lot on his plate. He works too much. He carries a lot of shit. So whatever his life experiences are, he has not mastered or learned how to let it go, give it grace and move on from it and don't take it with him. So he's been carrying a lot of bags. Have a lot of baggage, and all of that can contribute to him just giving up. Because I get a giving up and saying, well, I would want to say things. There's some things that needs to be said, but I'm just going to let it go. It's that type of thing. Well, with this woman, her situation is, it's unfortunate. She didn't want it to happen this way. This is the type of woman that perhaps didn't act like it takes a minute for her to respond, for her to get an understanding, for her to make a move, okay? And she's struggling to get over the past. So if there has been infidelity, there's been anything that this man himself has caused, then it's hard for her to get over it. Even if he hasn't, it's hard for her to get over, the ill wills that's done toward her. So it's not easy for her to forgive and forget, but she wants a commitment. She still kind of wants this. She is very clear that she cares about him and she would like to explore something because she would like to entertain or explore a commitment in the future down the line. Don't be surprised if this woman makes a move. I do see her initiating contact and making a move to make things right. Okay. She wants to see him. She wants to spend time with him. But that's the biggest issue, seeing each other, spending time, forgiving and forgetting and letting it go. But that's honestly what she wants to do. And he may not be going to make a move. So it'll be up to her to do just that. So this woman may make a move. I definitely see her wanting to be forgiven and she making that move to want to be forgiven. That's what I have for Virgos. Now let's look at Libra. Okay, so Libra, there may have been just too many people involved in this connection, honestly, and too many people, too much nonsense, too much backbiting, too much, fighting, bickering, that sort of thing, and just not being able to get it on track. Here is how he's feeling. Very conflicted. There may even be people who is coming up against him over this connection, that sort of thing. He really likes you. Now, for some of you that may just be dating someone like it's fresh and it's new, he may feel like he's one of many, but he really, really likes you. And he kind of wants to stand out and get your attention because he can't seem to stop thinking about you. That's for some of you who has a very new, fresh connection with someone. But others of you, this is a man who haven't given up on the connection, and he's always longing and yearning for you. But the challenge may be that this man is not so good at expressing his feelings. He really isn't. He also may have fallen into a group, like either he was taught a certain way, he interpreted life a certain way that isn't good for him, isn't the healthiest. So he may have been taught being a male chauvinist, that type of thing. He's taken on a perspective that really that works against him as it relates to his vulnerable side. So this is a man who likes to be vulnerable. He finds it to be very challenging to do so. So he lends himself towards someone who just will prefer to get the attention. He leads on his ego, and that actually does a disservice to him here. So I do feel like he's going to be kind of still wanting that, wanting the attention, wanting the validation, that sort of thing. Now you have to be careful because this woman, she may have a trick up her sleeve. She really may have a trick up her sleeve, especially if the two of you, if you have anything, if someone has anything to lose, you need to be careful. Like if you're going through a divorce or separation, if there's anything that someone stands to lose, be careful, because one of you, and I feel like it's coming very strongly from this woman, has a trick up her sleeve that he doesn't see coming. She's just holding it. She's holding it. She has a trick up her sleeve. If it gets to a point where it's like, now we're going to court, now we have to fight, bet believe she's going to be ready to fucking fight. Just letting you know, because she's already kind of made up her mind about this guy. But she may be living off of the physical aspect. Like we're still having sex. We're still, whatever it is that she's still getting out of it. So there's that. But she does have a trick up her sleeve if anything were to go awry. Do know that. She's very much still attracted to this man. She can't stop being attracted to this man. If this is a breakup, like people are aware of your breakup, you guys are still fucking. It's still fucking. It's still going on behind the scenes here. Okay. Her challenge is going with the flow. Her challenge is going with the flow. Her challenge is just enjoying it for what it is, enjoying the moment, not getting too attached, not feeling like she's owed something, that sort of thing. Just enjoy it. Okay. And she's had to let this go so she can clear her mind. She's been away from him for so long. It has allowed her to gain some clarity. So through the separation, she's gained clarity, but it could just be like, you come that breakup, that makeup stuff. And it's like, well, we're having makeup sex. And it's because everything just seems very sexual, very physical, coming at this woman or the way she's feeling about this man. So it's hard to kind of think logically, right? when other things are speaking for you. She's coming back around. She wants to communicate. She will rev up the communication. Okay. She finds that the two of you are inseparable. The love will always be there despite the distance. So even though there's a breakup, the love is there, even though, okay. And she feels like there's a part of her that will be missing without him. So she, there's a sense of really needing this man or really wanting this man. And she's not in a place right now where she's found herself or she's found her place. So perhaps to some extent, her place is still wrapped up, obviously, with him and the connection of this man. It's kind of unfortunate because this is a man who perhaps, if raised differently, saw things differently, took on a different life perspective, would have so much love to give and has a lot of love to give, but his ego is worse than, it outweighs the love that he has to give sometimes. So that could be a bit of an issue there. That's what I have and let's not forget, too many cooks in the kitchen. That's what I have for Libras. Now let's look at Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, ladies. Okay. Scorpio ladies. This man is struggling to get over the past. They're struggling to get over the past. And who knows what that past is. It may have something to do with you. It may have nothing to do with you. But they are struggling to get over the past. And it's very obvious. Very obvious. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. I get that strong. A Libra is very heavy or... it's very heavy Libra energy here, or Leo, another Leo. Well, I said another Leo, but we're doing Libra. All right, we doing Libra. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. We're doing Scorpio. Okay. So, yeah, I get Leo and Libra very strong here, but it's very obvious either this woman is his wife or the mother of his children, or that's what he wanted. He could have seen that sort of thing. And he acknowledges that his challenge is very mature. He may be very emotionally stunted. And so he can mess up good things in life sometimes. And he can sabotage things. And it could be not taking love so serious or not approaching it in a mature way. And as a result, I feel like this man is going to start a new chapter. He's trying to move on, but I do feel like he might be circling back to this woman to want to start again and to start a new chapter down the line, because it's going to be hard for him to just move on without her, and he'll realize that. So he could be circling the block and coming back into this woman's life. I definitely see that here. So for Scorpio men, this woman is conflicted. She acknowledges that the connection is strong. She can feel you. So there's a very strong, almost like a telepathic connection that the two of you have. But the challenge is she doesn't know, or excuse me, her challenge is, this is someone who can severely disconnect. Like they can disconnect so much where it could be, they acknowledge that it's detrimental to them. It's not the healthiest way to cope, but this is just how they are. They may go inward or come up, missing, that sort of thing, just completely disconnects. This woman here, she wants to love. She's available to love, and she wants to love this man. She will be open to talk, because it looks like he may be approaching her. She may be open to talk, and even if she does reach out and try to communicate, she's going to be having to wait, because this man has to work. There may be some distance between the two of you, or you just have been distant. So this woman will have to wait, even if she initiates contact with this man. Okay. And I feel like this man, again, is trying to respect wherever things are between the two of them. Also, if the two of you have an opportunity to work things out and to come back into each other's lives, he may turn more into work. He may turn more into other things that's beneficial for him. And I'm not saying outside people, but he may turn away from this woman and focus on other things. So she still will be feeling as though she's waiting around from him, even if they're working on a relationship. So there's a sense. Why is that? Because that's how he keeps his ground. That's how he remains grounded and in control. Okay. And that's how he's able to continue to keep going. Okay. And that's why he does what he does. Because otherwise, it can really put him in a bad place, and he doesn't want to be in a bad place. Okay. So I don't know if this woman has done something to him and it's like he's put his foot down, like, I'm getting a goddamn divorce. I'm not dealing with this shit or whatever. So he may have taken slight to something that this woman has done. And it's funny because I remember when I started the reading, I was saying, I wonder which sign, well, I'm going to have to say to the woman, you messed up with this man. Because some men will acknowledge that. And to some extent, for some of you, that could be your reality where you messed up with this man. It's not going to be easy to get back into this man's good graces. It's not. And he also may be in a place where financially he has to do these things. It's what he has to do. He has to do what he has to do. And she kind of has to understand it. She can understand it or not. He's going to do what he has to do. And this is that kind of man. He's going to do what the hell it is that he needs to do because he has to do it. He has to do it. It's something like that. So that's what I have for Scorpios. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius. This woman. Interesting. This woman feels like she had to let the situation go in order for her to clear her head. So if Sag men, if you've been wondering why, what happened? Well, she needed to clear her head. It was getting the better of her. So she had to detach. And through her detachment, she has definitely gained some form of peace and understanding for herself. And she really made sure that she didn't focus on this. She did not. So she really disconnected herself from several things that reminded you of her. She made some major changes. For some of you Sagittarius men, you have really helped to change a person for the better. They are going to take on healthier habits because of you. And this woman, she feels like the challenge is you just have bad habits, unhealthy habits. And I feel like it's mutual. Like she acknowledges that you both have unhealthy habits, and it comes from childhood wounds, lack of love, lack of care, empathy, that sort of thing. Care and love and sensitivity is something like that may be the challenge for both of you. And there's poor habits that's been established. So she acknowledges that that's a challenge, and someone's ego can get the better of them. And this woman may even acknowledge, Sagittarius men, that she too have an ego that can get the better of her. She needs more of your time and attention. She wants her ego stroked, that sort of thing. Or she gets exhausted and tired that she kind of has to do that for you and validate that for you because it wasn't really giving her what she wanted. In the future, she's going to think unworthy. You're a better person than me. So I don't know what that means exactly, how that's all going to work out. But I see this woman kind of wanting to get back into your good graces, Sag men. Slow and steady step forward. So you may show her in a way where there's some redemption there. I also feel like there could be coming your way, Sag men, an apology or like sweet nothings. You know how some people struggle with apologies, but they'll find other ways to show you their love and affection and wanting you to kind of lighten up on them. This could be happening. She could definitely be coming around or accepting you coming around to her and trying to work things out. You now, I'm saying you, yeah. Well, Sag men, for Sagittarius, that was for Sagittarius men. For Sagittarius women, this man has never felt a passion this intense. So you're different. You're special, I guess, in every way imaginable. He acknowledges there's a lot of chemistry here and you love him in a very special way. You loved him in a very special way, a very special type of a woman. Now, I do see that the two of you have been blocked. So if you had any time apart or if you've been or you will be having time apart, it's by design. It has to happen. It's against both of your wills. It has to happen. And this person, through the time of disconnect, whether in the past or it's coming up, they felt broken, shattered about the situation. It's given them too much time to reflect on this. And I think to some extent, this man has even blamed himself a little too much for this woman, right? He's blamed himself too much about what all has happened. He's been given enough time. And for some of you, you may be like, no, he didn't. He didn't blame himself enough. Don't have anything to do with that. This man's coming back. For some of you, he is trying to right his wrongs by sending you gifts, money, whether he has to send it or not. This is where he may be trying to right wrongs. Others of you, this man is wanting to repair in a real way. Like he really wants to repair this. He really wants to get things back on track. And it seems like you do. It seems like Sagittarius women do, or the woman does. So the woman wants to get this back on track. He wants to get this back on track. She acknowledges that there has been there's bad habits from both of you that kind of needs to change. And this also is someone who may struggle with their own self-worthiness, to some extent. And this is someone, meaning this woman is someone who works on herself and knows that she's a work in progress, and she's always looking at herself and how can she be better. And I feel like this is a man here who may truly long for something real, but something real has always escaped him to some extent, where things just don't last. And I do feel like he kind of struggles with that, even though that's what he wants, something real, something true, something, concrete. So he kind of settles for the thrill of it or the excitement of it when he really wants something deep and penetrating. And I feel like that's what can happen between the two of you. Like in the future, shit can get really deep and I heard transformative, but it may be by design. Like someone really is doing that by design. So it's a weird, this reading is starting to turn real. I'm going to come up off of it. But I do feel like this is a man that truly wants a serious, deep connection. And he loves the way that she loves him. But he also himself is broken to some extent. So it could be hard for him to affect a healthy connection. Or with this scenario between the two of you, it has been kind of difficult. But he wants to recommit. So if the two of you are committed, and there's an opportunity to, looks like you both want it. It's going to get very serious in the future between these two. And there's an opportunity to repair, but of course it'll be up to one of you versus the other. It's up to one of you, but you both can repair it. So I do see a willingness. Both of you will have a willingness to want to come back together and repair. That's what I have for Sagittarius. Now let's look at Capricorn. For some of you Capricorns, this is a relationship of convenience. This is kind of like a connection because it benefits someone, and the other person, it looks like they are aware of it. He's feeling like he's unclear about where you stand with each other. He's not satisfied. He wasn't happy with the way things were going, and he wished you understood, meaning you, the woman. He wished that she understood exactly how he feels about things. Right now, he is at a place where he's not in a I'm so in love right now. Okay. And of course, when you're hearing those messages, of course, somebody is not necessarily in the most healthiest of love right now. This may be someone who is not loving this woman as much as he used to. He obviously has fallen out of love. And I don't feel like this is coming from a place of manipulation. This man is kind of fed up. Whoever I'm talking to, Capricorn, this man is fed up. And some of you Capricorn men, I'm talking about you. The challenge is to move on. So he hasn't fully moved on yet, although he knows that he's not happy where he's at. His heart is still there. But it's also hard for him to come to her. Also, she's obviously put a bad taste in his mouth. And I do feel that he is going to be kind of creating his boundaries. Like, I'm not going to tolerate this. You're not going to do this. Something like that. So this man will be creating boundaries. He's going to kind of get hardened toward this woman. He may feel like that's what he has to do. He has to kind of bring her down a little bit. When I say to bring her down, I don't mean in a negative sort of way. I think, he is trying to remind her who he is, that he has feelings. He hurts too. His feelings matter too. So that's what he's feeling like he kind of has to do. That's the energies that I'm picking up on. Although it could be that, but I'm feeling like those caps I'm picking up on, this man truly feels like he has to kind of set boundaries here when it comes to this woman. Now, Capricorn women, this Capricorn, the woman here, put it that way, but the woman here feels either that this man is arrogant, and it's because of his arrogance that she hasn't really conveyed how she truly feels. Like, I'm not going to tell you, and you're not going to get off on me, that type of thing. She's having a hard time seeing this for something special, this woman. She may not see it for all that it can be. She may feel like either she's been getting breadcrumbed, either she can't get any money from this man anymore. Or again, like I said, the challenge is seeing the value in this, whether he doesn't see it, or she doesn't see it. And she's going to be looking, because I do see a fallout or some type of confrontation that's going to come. So this woman may be confronting this man and demanding certain communication, which is why he may have to impose some restrictions on her. This is what it looks like to me. And she may feel like you guys have two different sets of values. And I would say, yeah, you damn sure right. You damn sure right, because he's not having it. He's not having it. So you do have two different value systems here. And I don't know why Caps are just screaming to me like this man is like, enough is enough, and I'm putting my foot down and I'm not going to tolerate anything. So, and this woman is kind of coming across a bit aggressive. And so this man is not going to respond well to her aggression. So whoever the woman is, if you want this to kind of go your way, you're going to have to kind of acquiesce and play up to him. Okay. I feel like this is a situation of like a manipulation type of thing. Someone thinks that they're slick and trying to manipulate. The other person is protected, so they won't be able to do it because the other person is kind of protected from all of that. So that's what I have for Caps. Now let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius, honestly, someone doesn't want the other person. That's all this is really telling me. This man knows that his ego got the better of him. His ego may have, been a huge contributing factor to the breakdown of the relationship. And now the challenge is even getting what he wants out of the situation, right? So that could be the challenge. Like, I'm not really satisfied. I have this insatiable appetite, my drive, and my ego has to be fed. And I'm not necessarily interested. The challenge may be, how do I get back interested? It could be someone here, Aquarius, with a very low attention span. And he doesn't want to run anymore. So the funny part about this, Aquarius, this is a man who now no longer wants to run away from commitment. He kind of wants a commitment now. Now he wants to settle down. He wants to commit. He wants to be present, or get his act together, if you will. Now, this woman, she's tired of the games. She's tired of the games. She's putting her foot down. There's a lot of things that she hasn't said. And I feel that she hasn't really expressed everything she wants to say, or she has not exposed everything that she kind of wanted to convey. And that's going to be the challenge, right? And it is because she's holding on to a lot of things and she hasn't been able to get it out. She hasn't been able to reconcile any of these things. That is going to be a challenge to kind of start again and start all over in this relationship, even though that may be the karmic design in order for someone, if not both, to learn their lessons. So that may just be what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a coming back together. It was supposed to be a lesson learned. I do see that there's going to be, on this woman's side, I don't see her necessarily, even if the two of you are working things out, even if the two of you guys are together and this man is saying, okay, well, I'm going to give it a good go. I'm really going to, step up this time. This woman may have very little to no faith in this relationship, and it will make it very difficult to repair moving forward. She may have exhausted all of her care, concern, nurturing to the situation, and now she just wants results, or she just wants him to get the hell on, because it is going to be a situation where it can become very backbiting and problematic and get a bit messy between the two of these people. And it can become a place where we're just existing for the sake of, we bought a house, we have children, that sort of thing. We're making money together. We're existing in that space, and there's not enough love or chemistry that can really kind of bring, not going to say not bring back together, because it doesn't look like the two of you are fully broken up. Some of you are, but this may just be a bump in the road. But the issue will be, are you truly happy? Are you true? And we know happiness is relative, but there may be a challenge with happiness and really feeling content in this connection, because there has been a lot of kind of digging. Now let's look at Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, this man feels like he's given. He's given to the point of no return, or he feels like you've given, or he feels like she's given a lot, and he didn't care. So either he felt like she didn't care all of that he was giving, because he was giving, but she wasn't appreciating what he was giving, and so now he feels like, well, now it's too late to take action. It's too late for me to make this right. And this is a man that has thought about this for a very long time. This isn't something that's not a fly by night at all. This is someone who has thought long and hard, who has been single for some time, thinking about this, if the two of you have taken a break. So he hasn't been out there just, shooting the shit. And no, he's been out there really thinking about what has gone on. He hasn't taken it for granted. And I do feel like this is someone who is a weird situation with him, because he is a man that takes life serious, himself serious, situations that he cares about serious, but he's also someone who's very egotistical. He's a very egotistical person, and he keeps a lot of his feelings close to his vest, and he can spend a lot of time alone. So this is a very dynamic man here that we're talking about, but that's how life has become what it is for him, because he's a very compartmentalized person. So I don't see necessarily him. He wants to mend things. But his actions may not necessarily show that. And for some of you, his actions isn't necessarily going to show it because he wants a commitment and he wants to fix things, but he's not going to do anything about it. He's going to walk around as if everything is okay and he doesn't need it and it doesn't matter to him anyway, which is not the truth. For some of you, okay, here. And for others of you, he is going to do something. He is going to make it known. And it may not be directly to you, maybe in other ways, but it's very obvious that he kind of wants you and he wants some attention from you and he wants you to acknowledge him. This woman feels unclear about where the two of you stand, and she hasn't been making it a focus. She's feels like it's better that way. Her challenge is either this man is very flighty. He may have a strong appetite for other women. And in the separation, in the time apart, she's gained clarity, you know. It's something that she kind of did not want to realize, but she's coming to some type of conclusion, Pisces, that you may not be the person for her. Because she feels like you're here, there, everywhere. You do what you want to do. Basically, you do what you want to do, how you want to do it. And this is not something that she probably hasn't already known, but I think accepting this, it's either she has to admit that she's just accepting you for who you are, men, or she has to do something about this behavior because she can't accept it. Either way, it's going to bring her to a place she doesn't want to be, which is feeling broken. This is not what she wanted, you know. And it's either she's delaying it because she knows, you know how someone passes away out of nowhere and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm devastated. I've never been able to recover. Or someone that is dying. So when they pass, you can wish them well because you've seen the progression of their life ending. It's that type of thing. So this woman, either she is staying around with this man and giving him chances and staying in there because eventually her heart will start to wane for him and it will start to harden. And then when she really ends it, she'll just end it and it won't be anything. So she's kind of wearing it down, and it is becoming wear the fuck down. It is becoming wear down. It is. It also may be some money issues where a man is flaunting and flossing money a lot and misappropriating the money, and it's not coming home. It's not going to that woman or that sort of thing. So it could be some misappropriating with money, but also the relationship itself can be quite broken, and it's an issue with her realizing that she doesn't want that to happen, and he wants to mend it too. Because somebody has made a decision and almost like a promise to themselves that I'm not going back there, or I'm not going to tolerate this, I'm ... So it's something like that. Even if there's a repair, understand that. Even if there's a repair in this relationship, it is something internal with one of them that is saying no. So someone has changed. It may not be that evident, but someone has changed. And I feel like it has a lot to do Pluto and Aquarius that's coming up, or the South Node in Libra, where people are really starting to get clear. Saturn and Pisces. There's a lot of transits right now where people are getting clear about things, and they're no longer scared, fearful. North Node in Aries, people are charging ahead. Pluto and Aquarius, people are taking back their own power. So that's kind of what it looks like to me that's happening here. And what's so crazy about this is that everybody knows it. Everybody's aware of this shit. This is not at all a secret. I mean, meaning the public can see it, whether just as your neighbors or it's on TV. Everyone can see this for what the fuck is. Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this has been helpful. Check me back on the next one. Take care, guys.